All right, people, back by popular demand, it is the dumb check. Today's dumb check is, do you know that you have a dome over your head and that there is no such thing as space? Space is made in a Hollywood basement. It is made to take you away from the creator. It is made because if you live on a ball, hurling and whirling and twirling and flying through Carl Sagan's trillions and billions of miles of nothingness, of black vacuumness, then you don't know who you are, why you are, where you are, what you are. You're lost. And then you could be convinced of everything. So today I'm going to show you a video of a little research I did that proves without a reasonable doubt, if you have half a brain and you're not dumb, that there is a dome over your head. Now I want you to know in 1950 something, I can't remember the date exactly, but they did Operation Dominic and Operation Fishbowl. If you look up, let's look up right now what Operation Dominic is. Okay. Okay, they're not going to tell you the rest. It also means belonging to God. So Operation Dominic and Operation Fishbowl. Operation Dominic and Operation Fishbowl. Okay? A fishbowl belonging to God. So we're going to watch that and we're going to get proof on it right now. Here we go. Dumb check on.
Not what we're told. And I'm going to prove it to you just with a few things. First of all, Operation Fishbowl. Okay, why would you call something Operation Fishbowl? Okay. Basically, they did high-altitude nuclear testing. When they were testing the nuclear devices back in the 50s and early 60s, they did some high-altitude tests. That operation was called Fishbowl. The other one was called Dominic. So Operation Fishbowl was the high-altitude nuclear testing, which they tested over 1,000 nuclear weapons up into the atmosphere. And I'm going to prove to you that they were actually trying to bust out of the dome. And we're going to do that right now if you just stand by. All right, first things first, I'm going to show you.
Most of these bombs were carried aloft.
Thor. First off, you know right away it's Thor. What does Thor have? The hammer. Punch. Bust.
Incoming
It's a weapon.
high above the earth.
Okay.
Nuclear weapon testing.
Okay, so just to let you know, they started this testing after we won World War II, and they went around and they started discovering like why Hitler was in Antarctica. What they found was they found the edge of the dome. They found that they could not go further and that there was a dome over us. So this is when they started the high altitude testing.
Had joined the space age.
1962, they're calling it the space age. All right, a little schematics here, okay, there goes the rocket. All right, now you see it's night out. What you're going to notice is you're going to notice an impact, you're going to notice the color of the impact, and you're going to notice that it's blue, the color of the sky, the color of...
You're also going to notice that the rockets are all going straight up. Now, all your rockets supposedly going to space now go up and they start to arc immediately. They call it the roll or whatever. It's bullshit because if they go straight up, they're gonna hit the dome. Plain and simple. These rockets are going straight up, and guess what they're gonna hit? Dumb check. The dome.
The sky we see every day. What is that blue? Well, that's the dome, Sonny. It's the solid fermentation over the earth. Okay, there we go. All right, now you see it turning blue.
It turns blue just like the day sky. Literally, at night, it turns, at night the stars come out and it gets black. And look at that, they light it up and guess what? The dome turns blue just like it is during the day. That is the color of the dome. It's blue.
Okay, give it a sec here. show you that is an impact. Impact! Pow! Look at that. Come on, one more time. And tell me that's not an impact. Tell me that's just a... There's no way. That is impacting something. And then it's, look at it, it's turning blue. Lighting the night sky up blue like it is during the day. Alright, so... Then after 1,000, you can look it up, it's 1,000 nuclear tests. We basically
can be followed by others.
Decided to sign a treaty limiting the amount of nuclear testing. What's that?
By this achievement, let us press onward in quest of man's essential desire for peace. As President...
Basically, they couldn't get out of the dome. So they said, okay, nobody else can test. No more nuclear tests. Okay, we got to go on to deceive now. And they created NASA, which means to deceive.
The United States, and with the advice and consent of the Senate, I now sign the instruments of ratification of this treaty.
Tightrope was the last atmospheric test ever conducted by the United States. And it was fired from Johnston Island.
It's not that is an impact.
Air defense missile, and detonated again well above Johnston Island. And that ended this whole series of atmospheric testing by the United States. When, in 1963, we entered the Limited Test Ban Treaty that prohibits any atmospheric testing.
No testing on the dome anymore, all right? They can't get through it.
All right. It looks like it's not going to let me pause it. All right, so 1962, they went into that band of testing because they realized they couldn't get out, and they had to stop anybody else. So they come up with the treaty. So look here real quick. The founder of NASA, Werner von Braun, on his deathbed. Okay, he's the creator of the rocket. German rocket scientist, came over here, founded NASA. Look what he wrote. Psalms 19. He left that for us. Okay, what does Psalms 19 say? All right, I have it right here. Psalms 19, to the chief musician.
Psalms 19:1, to the chief musician, for the glory of God, for the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day other speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. Now, what he means by that, night, when he means night showeth knowledge, means the stars come out at night and shows the knowledge. It's how we know to plant, what time of year it is, plant our seeds, our crops, when stuff is happening. It's the knowledge of the planet, how to get around. I'm a merchant marine. It's how we get around the planet. It's stars back in the day before all this GPS stuff. So right there, he told you when he died, he knew he was deceiving the world. And on your deathbed, well, you think a little different, and you're not greedy because there ain't no U-Haul trucks behind a hearse. And he knew that he was going to meet the Creator. He was going to go meet the person he was deceiving the world about. So for anyone that had a little bit of eyes to see, he left that on his deathbed right there, so you could see that the heavens declare the glory of God. Because if everybody knew that there was a dome over us, you'd know that somebody created us. That there's somebody up there that created us, and they can't deceive you if you have God. If you have God, you can't be feared into this coronavirus. If you know God's there, you would not be scared. No one would be scared, but because people don't have God and they don't know where they're going if they die, what happens if death isn't even real. Death is a myth in the sense that you're just going to turn to nothingness or go to hell. Hell is a myth. Why would the Creator send us to hell? Why not just uncreate us? That's not what a loving parent does. It's all bullcrap. It's to keep you in fear. But if you have God, you have no fear. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Dumb check.
A Psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. That's it. the firmament shows this anywhere. It's proof of God right there. You can't. It's undeniable. Shows it anywhere. Day unto day, underneath speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. So right then and there, you gain knowledge just by understanding. At least I understand it that way. Knowledge means no ledge. You have no ledge. People who don't have knowledge, they have a ledge in front of them. They can't go nowhere. You have to have knowledge. Okay? Now let me show you how they mock you in plain sight with the dome. Ready? Simpsons.
Steroids, Santa Claus kicks and deals. It's a long fly ball going back. And the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself down into the sea. Oh, Simpson just broke this dream's reality wide open.
Broke this dream's reality wide open. And as you notice here, he said, the waters from above poured in to the waters from below.
Sometimes there's that show. It's the voice of a generation and the next. It's the mirror with which our...
All right, now I have one more mocking in plain sight. Sorry. All right, so here, if you remember this show, Spaceballs. Everybody remembers this if you're old enough. Look at that. What is that? Remember that? Nobody knew what that was. It's a glass dome over the earth. Remember the maid had to come in and suck out the air because it was locked and they needed the key and all that ring to open it up and all that? Yeah. Come on, man. They love to hide this stuff right in plain sight. And I have one more for you.
You see, they can't show you a flat earth because then you would get it. So they show you the round earth with a dome over the top of a solid structure. It's common sense. And if you don't get it, well, you're dumb!
Yeah, kind of off the wall, but once you see it, you can't see it. So this is Sausage Party, and I'm going to show you, in the beginning, they sing and la la la. Where's the song? Okay, here we go. Look at what the building, the roof is made out of. This is supposed to be their world, right? Their city, they live here. See the glass up there? Okay, now watch.
Dear gods, we pledge our love to you forevermore.
Bam! You see the glass ceiling? Now, why would a grocery store have a glass ceiling? Well, it's because they're trying to mock up down below. You see this, man?
See, they even have a curve to it, like a dome. It's right in front of your face. But if you don't understand, or you don't have eyes, or you're wearing the veil, okay, then you're never going to get it. It's just going to go right past your head. They're mocking up the little world. That's their little planet down there. All those little fruits and, the little cans of vegetables and whatever, that whole silly movie. That was their little world they lived in. They didn't know anything outside of it. And there's their dome right over the top of them, mocking you in plain sight, because everybody wears a veil.
This is what I mean. They mock you in plain sight, but you don't have eyes to see it. If you don't have eyes to see it, you would never get that. You'd say you'd never get it. You'd never even ask yourself why. Okay? So, right then and there, you can see without a plain shadow of a doubt, and I'll even show you here what the firmament, in biblical terms, the firmament is the structure above the atmosphere, concave, vast, solid dome, according to Genesis, and you all remember this from Bible school. And then God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the water, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Thus God made the firmament to divide the waters from the waters and under the firmament. And so it was so. Right? Do you remember that? That's what he's talking about. See? Every ancient, they depict a flat land. with the dome, and the stars are in the dome. Ask yourself how every day I can go out and see the same goddamn Orion's belt. I can go out and see the same Dipper. I see the same exact stars every single night, exactly the same place. If we were spinning, wobbling, and then flying through the universe, spinning around that guy, you would never have, there would be so much parallax, you would never see it. It would be a wobble, but no, it's perfect. You see it every day. I've seen Orion since I was a kid, right outside. It's never changed, except for when you move. You know, I lived in Hawaii, so it's this way. I live here, so it's that way. But you get the point. So right then and there, man, if you can't see that, I don't know, man.
Yes, dumb!
For those who dare divide the waters, I don't know, man. I given you everything you could. Oh, here you go. One last thing here. I'm going to show you what bullets look like slamming in. Okay? And just tell me if it kind of looked like that explosion a little bit. Look at that.
Now you notice when the bullet goes in, if you had an explosion just in an atmosphere, let's say you know when they shoot a nuclear bomb up in the air, it makes a bubble. It makes one big bubble. Now, when you shoot something into a solid structure, it's going to spread outwards and it's going to make like a donut hole, okay, where it all splits outwards evenly. And that's what you'll see in that atmospheric testing, is it explodes and it turns into a donut hole. Unlike a nuclear explosion in the regular atmosphere would just make a big round ball of fire going out in all directions instead of a two-dimensional direction such as this. Pay attention. Dumb check on.
Look at that. Did that not look like the bomb going off? More of an impact, see? Then an explosion. Explosion goes out from all ways. An impact, it comes out, see, it's flat. By the way, this is a million feet per second slowed down bullet video. But you can just see right there how it's literally almost mimicking the explosion I showed you previous. If I'll show you one last time, because I'm probably running out of stuff here. I guess it's not on here. All right. Right here. Just take a look at that. Tell me if that kind of looks like the bullet. Remember, the dome is made by God. It's impenetrable. They could not break through it. So, there you go. Look at that. Doesn't that kind of look like how...
See the hole? That's where the impact started and everything goes outwards. If that was a big actual nuclear explosion where it just makes a big mushroom cloud, you would not see that hole opening up in the center there. It would be exploding over the top.
That bullet was working. Boom! Okay? All right, man. It's pretty plain and simple for me to see. And all you got to do is just put in a little research, man. That's all this is here. It's just a little research. Knowledge, you know. Get rid of that ledge in front of you and have no ledge.
Look at that beautiful blue. That blue. Have you ever seen a nuclear bomb make blue? No. That is the sky. That's what you see in the daytime. When you look up and you see that beautiful blue sky, and they tell you, oh, the ocean's waters makes it blue. Bullshit. What about people in the middle of the United States or in the middle of China or out in the middle of Russia where it's all snow? It shouldn't be white? No, it's blue. It's blue because that is the color of the dome. All right, people, one last thing I'm going to show you here. There you go. Operation Dominic. What did we say the definition of Dominic was? Now look at that mushroom cloud right down there. Do you see how it's not making a hole on the top? Okay? That's because it's not hitting into anything. All right? belonging to God. Fishbowl belonging to God. Do you see? They have to tell you. All right, people. This has been your Dumb Check, backed by popular demand. Stay tuned for future Dumb Checks. Dumb Check out.